Hello and welcome to Science Biology class. Friends, today we shall discuss about transpiration. Transpiration is a process by which water is lost in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant through stomata, cuticle or lenticle. So there is stomatal transpiration, cuticular transpiration and lenticular transpiration. What is stomatal transpiration? Stomata are the microscopic pores present in the epidermis of leaves, green stem and other organs of the plant. In the process of stomatal transpiration, huge amount of water is lost through stomata into the atmosphere. And this type of transpiration accounts for about 90% of the total water loss. Second form of transpiration is cuticular transpiration. Cuticle is a waxy coating that covers the surface of leaves and stem. When the cuticle is thin, in that case, the total amount of water loss by cuticular transpiration can be 30% of the total water loss. Otherwise, when the cuticle is thick, in that case, very negligible amount of water is lost by this process. Third is lenticular transpiration. Lenticles are the porous tissue consisting of cells with large intercellular space. Lenticles are present in the periderm of secondary thickened structure, in the bark of woody stem and also in the roots of dicotyledonous plant. This process accounts for approximately only 1% of the total water loss. This is about different types of transpiration. Next, come to the structure of leaf. The leaf has upper epidermis and lower epidermis. This is the upper epidermis and this is the lower epidermis. Both upper epidermis and lower epidermis is covered by cuticle. This is the cuticle which is a waxy coating. And this cuticle reduces the evaporation of water from the surface. And the distribution of stomata is different in different group of plants. In many plants, the stomata is present mainly in the lower epidermis. This is the lower epidermis and this is the stomata. The interior of the leaf is composed of mesophyll tissue. The mesophyll tissue is composed of palisade parenchyma and spongy parenchyma. The cells of the spongy parenchyma are loosely arranged, thereby having large intercellular air space that is known as substomatal air space. The stomata are positioned such that when the stomata are open, then it creates the passage for the diffusion of water vapor from the substomatal air space into the atmosphere. And these are the two guard cells that constitute the stoma, and this is the substomatal air space. So in the process of transpiration, water vapor diffuse out into the atmosphere through the stoma. The process of transpiration can be considered as a two-stage process. In first stage, water is evaporated from the moist cell wall of the mesophyll cells. And in second stage, the water vapor that is present in the substomatal air space is diffused out into the atmosphere. These are the two stages in the process of transpiration. According to Fick's law of diffusion, molecules diffuse from a region of higher concentration into a region of lower concentration, and vapor pressure is proportional to the vapor concentration. As you know that the concentration of water vapor in the substomatal air space is greater than the concentration of water vapor present in the atmosphere. So there is a gradient of water vapor. That means the water vapor is more in the substomatal air space and it is less in the atmosphere. So according to Fick's law of diffusion, water vapor diffused from the substomatal air space through stomata into the atmosphere. It is believed that water is evaporated from the wall of the mesophyll cells that border the substomatal air space. But some workers are of the opinion that water vapor is mainly lost from the wall of the epidermal cells that are in the immediate vicinity of the guard cells. And this type of evaporation, in which water is evaporated from the lower surface of the epidermal cells, is known as peristomatal evaporation. So friends, by the process of transpiration, huge amount of water is lost from the aerial parts of the plant in the form of water vapor. And the process of transpiration is the diffusion of water vapor from the substomatal air space into the atmosphere. And this process of diffusion of water vapor is governed by Fick's law of diffusion. So friends, this is about transpiration and its mechanism. For more updates, please subscribe Sam Biology class and also please share your comments. Thank you very much.